I just don't. I don't think that it was the right move.
Mhm.
I'm a loyal person. I understand there's faults to being loyal, but
Mhm.
you have a team, and that's where family and home is, and hopefully they realize that.
Sparring partners, bago tayo magpatuloy, gusto ko lamang magpasalamat sa world's leading sports betting website 1xBet sa pag-sponsor ng video na ito. Register now using my promo code SPARRING and get up to 7,000 bonus on your first deposit. Place your bets on 1xBet. One strawweight world champion Jared Brooks, the monkey god, the last time you were here on sparring sessions, you didn't have that belt around your waist yet. Now you are the world champion. Now you are the top, the king of your division. How's life changed for you since winning that belt back in December?
Nothing's changed besides having some gold around my waist and having a little bit more money. My mindset has not changed. That belt, it stays in its case, that nice Toomey case. So I don't look at it often. I only look at it as a reminder of what is at stake. So whenever you go into a fight, it's just like you're gambling. So there's stakes and there's deals to be made, and yeah, I'm willing to go out there and put it all on the line though.
hmm Well, I still remember clearly when you won that belt, when you defeated my countryman Joshua Pacio in front of Filipinos in Manila. You said you were going to take that belt away from him, and you did just that. You won that fight fair and square, no doubt, hands down. You won cleanly. And after that fight, there was a call out you did, right? You were hoping for a super fight with the one flyweight world champion Demetrius Johnson. I was one of the people who was hoping the fight would get done, especially if it's going to happen in the US, because that one makes sense. Now, we know that one championship is doing its US debut next month, right? DJ is fighting on that card. Unfortunately, it's not against Jared Brooks. What went through your mind when you heard that, of course, one is going to the US and DJ is taking on Adriano Moraes for the third time?
Hey man, I have nothing against what they call for one because they're gonna have multiple U.S. shows, and hopefully they want me to headline one. So
Mhm.
that would be amazing. But besides that, I'm going to Denver May 5th, and if one of them backs out, who knows? I would love to be one of the people that steps in and fights either one of the goats that are in one right now.
Wait, are you actually telling me that you are officially like a backup fighter for this one, or you'll just be there, or?
No, I'm just putting it out there in the universe, man. That's all. I've been training really hard, like the past I'd say month. Like I've been training really hard. So uh,
Mhm.
look at this guy. Um,
He's running with you. He runs with you in the morning.
oh yeah. This is my baby boy, man. But but yeah, I'm ready to go over there, and if they want me to step in for either fighter or Reese McLaren, either one of those guys, I'm willing to step
hmm
in.
hmm
But yeah, I'm going there for a reason.
hmm
I'm going
Well,
for a reason.
knowing you, Jared, and you've said this before in the past that you want to be an active fighter. So far, you haven't gotten any fight yet this year. It's already April, and if you somehow get a fight next month, that will be your first in like half a year, right? So, how many fights are you looking forward to do in a year? Because we know that before Joshua Pacio got to defend his then world title against you, he was like off for a couple of years. So,
Yeah.
is that something that you worry about?
Um. Hopefully it doesn't come to that to where I'm fighting just once a year. I don't want that. I want to fight at least 3 to 4 times a year. Maybe if they want to lock in some super fights, some jiu-jitsu fights, it doesn't matter. I'm just willing to go out there and tussle with the best in one championship because it really is, in my personal opinion, the best organization in the world.
hmm Now, the best organization in the world, and you have some talented strawweights in the world as well in your division. Looking at the top five of the division, of course, you have Joshua Pacio number one, Bokang, who you already defeated, Hiroba Minowa, Gustavo Ballard, Daniel Williams. I'm actually surprised that Daniel Williams is in that list, especially that after he lost to Jeremy Miado in an MMA fight, in his last mixed martial arts outing. But we know that Jeremy Miado has been calling you out. Unfortunately, he's not in the top five. Looking at the strawweight landscape, who do you think is the most fitting, most deserving to take a shot at the Monkey God, the king of the strawweight division?
Yeah, I mean it. Like I've already dethroned the top three, so I guess
Yeah.
you're gonna have to. Maybe they're trying to weigh out the whole situation of strawweight now, so they're trying to get Gustavo in with the top three, but they're making Bokong fight Hiroba, which that fight was supposed to happen before. But I mean,
Yes.
I would rather see Jeremy Miato or Gustavo Ballart fight one of the top three. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
but don't get me wrong, you got some up and comers in the strawweight division too.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
definitely down to show those guys that they went to the wrong organization to try to get a name.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, any of those strawweights, it doesn't matter. I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
They're asking me to call them out. I'm like, bro, I'm at the top of the mountain. You guys are down there screaming up like,
Mm-hmm.
please give me a title shot. Yeah. Uh, I don't really care though who it is. I think I can beat every one of them. I think that they all still underestimate me. I think everyone in the world still underestimates me. So that's perfectly fine though. Like I just
Mm-hmm.
gotta keep on showing you guys and showing you guys and showing you guys. The only times
Let's
I've
hear it.
ever the only times I've ever gotten beat is against Davison Figueiredo, and I personally thought I beat Davison Figueiredo and I knocked myself out. So I I I think personally that's the only time I've ever gotten beat, and that's by me. So
Mm-hmm.
nobody else is beating me in the world. Not Bokong,
Mm-hmm.
not Gustavo Ballard, no
Mm-hmm.
Leprechauns. Jeremy Miato, uh, his boxing is great. They say that he's been working on his wrestling. I actually like Jeremy Miato. I think that he's a good guy, and I think he comes from humble beginnings. That's why I really like him, but I would start Jeremy Miato. His jiu-jitsu is not keen to mine. Um, his strength is not keen to mine. He's a very long guy. I think that I would knee his face off on the ground. Um, while you got Gustavo Ballari, he's already been starched. I've already seen him get murdered in the ring or the circle against Rene Catalan, his cousin or something like that. I don't even know. That guy wasn't even in the top five either, and then gets beat by two other.
Robin. I think that's Robin that you're referring to. He
Yeah,
got knocked out
Robin.
with a head kick, right?
Hey, Robin's a G though. Robin, up real quick.
Oops.
Uh,
Okay.
it was my alarm. But as far as Ballard, but if they want to give Ballard the title shot, go ahead, man. Like that's gonna be the easiest money grab I've ever gotten. So you got a Tonka toy coming at you,
Mhm.
going like this. You know, that's I'm perfectly fine with that. If they wanted to give it to Joshua, man, I love Joshua. Joshua is such a good-hearted person, dude. Like as you can see, he's trying to better himself. I think I taught him the proper lesson. I told him though, I did tell him that I was going to show you and make you realize what mixed martial arts is. I don't think he's ever been beat like that. He's been beaten, he's been choked out, but he
Mhm.
has been outskilled in his own game. You know what I'm saying? He's always been
Mhm.
the far superior striker in his battles, and I outstruck Joshua because he had to worry about my wrestling, because he had to worry
Yes.
about what was going to happen on the ground, and
Yes.
that's what with everybody. And I'm only getting better. I'm only getting better. So
Mhm.
people better watch out in the strawweight and flyweight division, man.
Mhm. I mean, I have to agree, champ. I mean, your performance against Joshua Pacio, that was brilliant. I mean, the way you put everything together, mixed martial arts, the full display, the way you mix your punches, kicks, and takedowns. I mean, Joshua Pacio said it himself that he didn't know what's coming at him, and it's just made the fight a lot harder than he anticipated. Speaking of Joshua Pacio, though, since you've mentioned the man, just last month, right? The local mixed martial arts landscape of the Philippines has been shocked to its core because four former world champions of Team Lakay has decided to leave the team. Joshua Pacio, who you fought in your last outing, is now in the US together with former one lightweight world champion Eduard Folayang. What do you make of that? I know you've had your fair share of observations with Team Lakay in the past, but do you feel like it was the right decision leaving Team Lakay right now?
So Team Lakay was it started out with Eduard Folayang and Mark Sengao. Is that how you say his last name? Don't want to
Yes,
be disrespectful.
yes, you
All
got it
right,
right.
cool,
You got it right,
cool.
champ. Yes.
So it started out with those two. So it's they're pretty much like Team Lakay, like Edward Folayang now, kind of thing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Mark, he's a great coach, but I'm pretty sure he probably has a crap ton of students. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yes, he has.
it's Team Lakay, so
Yes.
everybody's wanting to go to Team Lakay, and Mark's
Hmm.
probably very happy. He's probably making a lot of money, and he's probably flourishing in what he has. Um, but besides that, man, I don't want to sound too dicky or anything like that, if I can say that. Um, but I think that they realized after I beat Joshua that they needed a change, but that wasn't necessarily the change that's going to happen. Because guess what? With Joshua, I'm I'm already ahead of him in the landscape. You know what I'm saying? I know what he's gonna try to do in the next fight. He's gonna try to move more. He's not gonna be a stick in the mud type stuff. Then I'll take Joshua down. If you're not a stick in the mud, then you're gonna get taken down. And then my jujitsu game is above and beyond his. He's not gonna catch up in 2 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't think that it was the right move.
Hmm.
I'm a loyal person. I understand there's faults to being loyal, but
Hmm.
you have a team, and that's where family and home is, and hopefully they realize that, and at least have Mark in his next fight in his corner.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, you mentioned, Jared, that you are already ahead of Joshua Pacio, and you've talked about in the past how Team Lakay is lacking in wrestling, how they're lacking in their ground game. In fact, you've brandished before your fight with Joshua Pacio that you're going to show him a different kind of grappling, and which you did. You mix everything up, and you were able to take him down to your credit. But according to these fighters, of course, Joshua, Edward too, that they felt like they needed to branch out so that they can expand their skills, that so that the things that they would have to learn, you said it yourself, there are things that these fighters still has to learn, have to learn. Now, do you think those things that you were talking about cannot be learned within Team Lakay, or can be learned within Team Lakay?
Exactly, it can. All you have to do is like travel as a team, make regional training centers, right? So those regional training centers, if you're that big of a team, then you can branch out, and you can look for other jujitsu, looks and stuff like that. But you're not gonna get anything. I've been to the largest mixed martial arts gyms in the world, and all you're gonna get is looks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I can get looks from anybody. Like my boy Justin Scoggins, he'll do Muay Thai one day, karate on me another day, jiu-jitsu another day, boxing on me another day. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I I see the whole mixed martial arts landscape, and I do all of my learning on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I go on YouTube and I look up some of the best fighters, and I try to mock their styles whenever I'm in practice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have the best coaches in the world. My team is kind of like a branch necessarily. Like my head coach is James, and we have offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators. We're just like a football team with me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So if that's what Josh needs, then that's what he needs. But
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't need that personally. He needs
Mm-hmm.
he needs a good team base behind him, and they had a good game plan against me. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
they didn't stop my shot, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
um, we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Wish the best for him, but I'm gonna beat him again.
Mhm. Well, I don't think these fighters will be going back to Team Lakay anytime soon, Joshua. Just one more question regarding this topic. You know, he's in the US, Edward's in the US. Any chance that you guys train together? Former opponents turned training partners. Any chance for that?
Hmm. Well,
Mhm.
Josh is still on my list, man. He's not gonna get any looks from me. Period. He's still on my list. When we're 40, maybe we can open a gym together. Who knows?
Mhm.
But now it's war. We're still at war, brother.
Okay. Now, you know, Jared, you mentioned that you are looking to fight on May 5. I do hope that you get your wish. We want to see you back inside that cage soon. But in the event that you don't get that date, what can we expect from Jared Brooks? When can we see him back? And please, any plans to coming back to Manila?
SummerSlam, baby. SummerSlam. That's all I gotta say. So, yeah, we're gonna be rocking the whole summer out, and hopefully we get another fight at the end of the year too.
Jared, just before we end this interview, there's just two things I suddenly popped in my head that I have to remind you of. And fans, as of this, after you defeated Joshua Pacio,
Mm-hmm.
just two things. And I remembered this
Talking about
just
the balloon.
now.
I know you're talking
I'm
about.
talking I'm talking about the balut and the
I
TV set. What happened to that, Jared?
didn't have time to eat the balloon, and one champ hit me any balloon. I left the day after, literally the day. I went to two bars. Awesome. The Filipino people are amazing. I really love all the Filipino fans. They are really, really cool. Anytime I went out, they treated me, greeted me, and made me feel like I was a king. So your culture is amazing with mixed martial arts.
Well, we hope to see you back here in the Philippines soon again. And can't wait to see you back in the cage. Thank you so much for your time, Jared.
Hey, next time I go to the Philippines, I promise you I will eat balut. I don't know if I find it in the United States.
Probably in a Filipino restaurant. Lots of Filipino restaurants in the States. So probably you'll get it there.
All right, I'll go live. I'll go live.
We'll wait for that, Jared. Thank you so much for
All
your time.
right, brother.